Learn and effectively apply the fundamentals of business if you want to be profitable. Hi there, this is Rodney Bourne here, and we are live. Welcome back to my page. I hope that when you see this video, it finds you in good health and good spirit. And I hope that after watching the video, you feel much more encouraged, you feel much more motivated, but also I hope that you feel much more informed if you are someone looking to do business, or if you are already a small business owner and you're looking to take your business, clients, sales, profits to the next level. For you that don't know me, I'm the founder of a company called Selling Easier, where we specialize in helping business owners with techniques, strategies, and systems to help them to consistently get more clients, make more sales, and have more profits. So from time to time, I like to jump on my page and I like to share live video content as a way of giving back to any person that can use some encouragement or some fundamentals that can help them to improve the quality of their business, which will result in helping them to improve the quality of their life. Today, we're going to be talking about the topic, guys, that I mentioned earlier. Learn and effectively apply the fundamentals of business if you want to be profitable. Now, why I say use the word profitable, okay? I consult with small business owners and big business owners on a weekly basis. I have clients that I've been coaching and guiding for years, and I've helped them to grow their sales, grow their income. But I know that we are all imperfect individuals, and so of course, there will be obstacles and challenges that get in the way that can affect the productivity and the profitability of a small business owner. But I see that there's this common thing that is going on from new prospective business owners that are calling me. And so I said, let me address it, because maybe there's something that's affecting you as an individual that's looking to start a business or doing business, and so that you are well informed so you can avoid these costly, dangerous mistakes. So why is it important, guys, to learn and effectively apply the fundamentals of business? So when we're talking about the fundamentals of business, what are we talking about? Because I'm meeting a lot of people and I'm hearing people telling me, yeah, you know, I'm in business. I have this dream. I want to be financially independent. I don't want to work long hours. I want to have time for my family. I want to have a laptop business. I can sit on the beach and relax, you know, and have residual income. And I'm asking them, like, but where you hear all that stuff? Where did you learn all of that stuff that you're talking about? Okay. And a lot of times, guys, like I said, we are living in an information age. And so it's very easy to jump on the internet and just listen to people talking about stuff on YouTube. And sometimes we don't really have all the information. Just because you see somebody sitting, for example, you might see me sitting here recording a video, you might think, oh, so this guy just runs this business by himself. Okay? But guys, business it takes a team. Even a self-employed person eventually will need other people to help in the business, because you can't do everything by yourself and you don't know everything. That's why I always say you can be in business for yourself, but never by yourself. And I'm going to prove that today. So what are some fundamentals? So I've been talking to some individuals that have businesses. Some of them have the businesses for more than a year. And then when I ask them, is your business profitable? Meaning that after you have made sales of your products and services and you take away your expenses, do you have some money left over that you can live the lifestyle that you desire? And guys, I can tell you for a fact, 80% of the small business owners that I talk to, they are not profitable. Meaning that they cannot really pay their monthly expenses on time. And one of the reasons, guys, that they're not being able to pay their monthly expenses on time is because they are not learning and effectively applying the fundamentals of business. A lot of small business owners are very doubtful. They are not sure. And when you are uncertain in a competitive market, you are putting your small business at a disadvantage. And when I look at what makes a person doubtful, usually doubtfulness comes from lack of knowledge. Or you have the knowledge, but you are not applying it consistently and effectively. Okay? So in a sense, the word that we use is a bigger word, is what we call competence. Because self-doubt leads to low self-confidence. And low self-confidence is a result of incompetence. And if you're not competent, it means you don't really know what you're doing. You don't really know what you're doing. And guys, I'll tell you something. We are human beings and we have a lot of pride. I meet a lot of self-employed persons that have a lot of pride. And guys, I was like that in the past. We have a lot of pride. I'm my own boss. I think I know best. And you want to do everything in your business. But guys, your bank account does not lie. If you've been in business for more than a year and you look at your bank account and you don't have enough money to pay your bills, you don't know what you're doing. And I know you guys, you're not accustomed, especially here in Curacao, we're not accustomed to people telling us stuff straight. If you look at your bank account after 30 days of doing business and you don't have enough money to pay your bills, you do not know what you're doing. Or you're not doing what you're supposed to do. So it's either incompetence, meaning that you don't know what to do, or it is lack of discipline, which is doing what needs to be done when it needs to be done, to whom or where it needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. You know, we live in a community today that a lot of us, we up in our feelings. Guys, business does not care about how you feel. Okay? And this is what a lot of the gurus on YouTube and the internet is not telling you guys. If you really talk to highly successful business owners, I consult with highly successful business owners right here in Curacao. And I can tell you guys, real business owners that are making real money, they tell you the things like it is. That is why most of the times, if you observe, when it's a lot of workshops and stuff on the island, you don't get the multi-millionaire business owners usually coming and teaching people, because they're busy making money. They don't have time to be talking about business. They are busy doing the business. But because I work with a lot of these companies, I see that a lot of small business owners, they're not really hearing the truth. They're only hearing what the marketers want them to hear, which is, you can just follow your passion and, you know, all of a sudden do what you love and you're going to get rich. Okay? You don't have to work 8 hours or more in your business. You can just work easy and have a, what do you call it? A balanced life. Guys, when you start your business out, there's no balance. There's no balance. You have to put in the work, especially if you're starting by yourself. You're going to have to put in the work. And how do I know that? I know that because I coach and train business owners for years, and I'm still doing it now. And when I start talking to business owners about what are the fundamentals, and when I start asking them what is the fundamentals, some of them cannot even answer me. And then they cannot understand why they're not making the money they're supposed to make. They cannot understand why end of the month they can't see the money. But guys, there's things you have to do consistently every single day if you want to see the money end of the month. And it doesn't matter if you wake up with a headache. It doesn't matter if somebody criticizes you. It doesn't matter if you had a fight with your boyfriend or your girlfriend. It doesn't matter, all that stuff. The business doesn't care. Money doesn't care. The economy doesn't care. Nobody really cares about your business. Because it's not their business. It is your business. It is your responsibility. So the first thing, guys, that you have to, the first fundamental is to realize that you have to carry your own responsibility as a business owner. That's the first bottom line that you have to accept. That whatever happened with that business, they're going to hold you responsible. If the tax office comes to your business tomorrow and you tell them, yeah, but my accountant did this and my worker did this and that buddy did this, the first thing they're going to say, I don't want to hear about those things. I want to hear about what you do as a business owner, because it's your business. Your name is right on there as the director or the owner. I want to know why you not doing what you're supposed to do. Guys, this is the reality of life. So the first thing is that, are you being responsible for everything that is pertaining to your business? Whether it goes good or it goes bad, it is your responsibility. It is your responsibility to know what the business is supposed to do. It's the same thing like if you have a car and you want to drive on the road. If you want to drive on the road, you need to know the rules of the traffic and of the street. You need to know the rules. Okay? That's why they give you theory of how to drive the car on the road, and then they give you practice of how to drive the car on the road following all of the rules of the road. And guys, if you apply that same analogy to your business, you need to know the theory of business, and then you need to know how to put that theory into practice. I'm hearing a lot of small business owners that have a lot of theory that they never practice. Okay? And it's just wishful thinking. So, what are the fundamentals? Let's get to the fundamentals, guys. If you're going to start a business, the first thing is, what do you want the business to do for you? What I'm going to say here is going to sound a little bit weird for some people. A lot of people think that having a business is something exciting to have. Okay? A lot of people think having a business is something exciting to have. And everybody's open to their own opinion about it. But here's the truth, guys. A business is just a vehicle. A business, honestly, if you talk to real big business owners, they will tell you a business is only a vehicle to allow me to get the income, the money, the profits that I want, so that I can use that money to live the lifestyle that I desire. So a business is something to use, guys. I meet a lot of business owners, guys, that they're letting their business use them. The idea is not to become a slave of the business. The idea is to use the business to get the money so you can use the money to live the lifestyle that you desire. Because guys, listen, let's be honest. The average life expectancy, I'm going to talk some real facts here today. All right? I don't know if you guys can handle it, but I'm going to share it because I want you guys to be aware. The average life expectancy right now, I just checked it on the internet, right, is 73 years. Listen very good. The average life expectancy is 73 years, right? That means that by 73 years, according to statistics, you're going to die. Okay? Now, most people don't want to say this stuff, but I will keep it real today. Now, let's use my age. Let's say my age now, I am, 49. Soon to become 50. That means I only have 24 more years before I die. Now, let's hope that, guys, I don't die at that age. But I'm just saying realistically, if the average life expectancy is 73 and you are 50 years old now, you only have about 23 more years. And guys, keep in mind, I'm saying that's if you are healthy. That's if you are healthy. Okay? Because, hey, Pookie, hey, buddy, you know, so at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, how much more time do I have? Do I want to spend the next 24 years of my life killing myself in a business? Think about that, right? I'm not saying you shouldn't own a business, but the question is, do I want a business for me to be working from 7 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock in the night, for example? Don't have time to do nothing else. By the time you get the money in your hand, you can't even sit down properly without falling asleep. You don't get time to see your family. You don't get time to go on a vacation. You don't get time to do your hobbies that you might like. Think about it. Guys, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you shouldn't sacrifice in your businesses to make your money, but I'm saying you have to look at your limitations. And the limitations is you only have so much time. You only have so much energy. And you might only have so much money. So at the end of the day, before you even decide to grow this business, you really have to think about what is the vision that I have for my life. And many small business owners are not thinking about this. They're thinking only about, I want to have a business as a status thing. I want to have a business to say I have a business on my name. And when they start the business, they don't think about all the work that they have to put in the business. I'll give you some examples of some basic fundamentals. If you have what we call a business organizational chart, okay? If you take the basic business organizational chart, and I have talked about this many times in many videos, but I'm going to repeat it again because I see small business people doing the same nonsense over and over and over because they don't understand the fundamentals. Okay, if you build your house on sand, when the rain falls, it's going to wash away the foundation and your house is going to go down. It's the same way when you build your business without having the fundamentals. So let's take a basic business. A basic business, you have you as the director of the business, right? I'm keeping it simple. I'm not even going to deal with the shareholders. You are just the director of the business. In the business, you have what we call the marketing department, right? The marketing department. If you don't know that, look at any company, go on the internet, you will see it. Guys, you have a marketing department, which is something that most small business owners don't even think about, right? The marketing department. Under the marketing department, you have your advertising department. Under the advertising department, you have the sales department. Now, let me go into detail. Why? Because the marketing department is really supposed to help you to identify who are you going to sell your product or services to. But before you even start to look for products, which is something that most small business owners do not understand, because most of the ones that I consult with, they're always telling me about these products. And then I ask them, who are you going to sell the products to? Who? Who has a problem that your products are going to solve? And some of them watch me when I come speaking French. Have no idea who you're going to help. You have to know who I'm going to help. If I'm going to sell, for example, food, I need to know who is the one that is going to buy my food, who is hungry for my food. When do they feel this hunger? Where can I find these people? Where can I position my business or my promotions so that these people, when they're hungry, they can see my stuff and be excited to come and buy my stuff? How easy will it be for these people to have access to buying my stuff? These are fundamentals. That's what your marketing department is supposed to do. And guys, you don't have to have a degree in marketing. It is pure common sense. It is pure common sense. So if you have a business, you have to start with the who. Most of us want to start with the what. Guys, if people don't have an urgent need for what you are offering, you could offer whatever you want to offer, but they wouldn't give you no money. You won't get no money because they have no need for what you're offering. So the first thing, guys, I see a lot of people that are not mastering the fundamentals are they're not thinking about who. You have to know who is going to buy this stuff, who has a problem, who has a need, who has a desire, who has the money. Where are these people that I can reach them? Am I going to reach them by the phone? Am I going to reach them by positioning my business in a busy area? Am I going to reach them by social media? Am I going to reach them by television? Am I going to reach them by flyers? Am I going to reach them by email or WhatsApp? Am I going to reach them by the post office, by the postman delivering stuff in the post box? What do I need to do to reach these people? It's that simple, guys. That's why the marketing is about the who. Right? Good. Next, advertising. right? It is important, right? It is important. I hear you, my friend. It is important to also think basically about what now you're going to offer. So by talking to people, guys, you will see. You can even observe. You can even observe and see who are the people that have these issues. I'll give you guys a simple example that I observe a lot. When you look around and you see other companies advertising, sometimes you see a company advertising for many, many years. They're advertising a product for many, many years. You ask yourself, why are they advertising this product for 10 years, 15 years? A good chance is the reason why they're advertising this product is because people are actually buying the product. And because people are buying the product, that's the reason why they're always advertising. Okay? So that's an easy way to know what kind of advertisements work. So sometimes you don't even need to go and create your own advertisements. You can create a version of the one that is already working for 10, 15 years, and that gives you an advantage. Another thing too, you could also call the company and talk to their salespeople, right? Or their staff and find out what exactly are they selling. This is, guys, basic, simple stuff you can do even if you don't have a lot of experience. You can call the place. Hey, I saw you guys advertising this. What exactly you guys are selling? Oh, we're selling this. How long you guys been selling this product? Oh, I've been selling this product for the last 10 years. Okay, great. What is the price? And the salespeople's job is to tell you the price, and they will tell you the price. So not only do you know who they're advertising to, not only do you know where they're advertising, you also know what they're advertising. You also know what is the price they're advertising. You also know how many years they've been selling. So you know that you have a niche. So that makes your advertising very, 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 very easy. Okay, good. Next thing, you already know the media. You already know the method of how to reach. So here's the fundamentals. You know the market. You know what they're offering. You know the media that they're using, right? You know what they're selling. You know the price that they're selling at. The only thing you need to think about if it is something that you want to sell is to find out if you can get that product at a good price. Because why you're going to need to get that product at a good price is to make sure that you have it at such a low price that you can make a profit. Okay, it's funny to notice that there are many businesses that exist that when you look at the product that they sell and you ask them, what is your profit margin? I mean, how much are you making on every product that you're selling? I see people watch me like I'm from Mars. Like, how do you mean? I said, I mean, if you're selling the product has a cost. And when you take away the cost from that product, you're supposed to have a profit. And that profit is really your profit margin on each sale. And some people don't know that. But guys, you need to know that. You need to know that. I'll give you a simple example why you need to know that. Let's say your rent for some place. I'll just give an example. Let's say your rent for some place or your light, electricity is 1,000 guilders. Let's say you're selling, because this is something that freaks some people out. Let's say your rent or whatever is 1,000 guilders. Let's say you're selling a product for 10 guilders. Let's say your cost, listen good now, your cost is 9 guilders. That means that your profit on that is 1 guilder. So if you want to pay your rent 1,000 guilders, that means you need to sell 1,000 of that product. That means you need to sell, in reality, you need to sell, if the product sells for 10 guilders, you're going to sell 1,000 of that. That's 10,000 guilders. 9,000 guilders is going to be your expense. When you take away the 9,000 from the 10,000, all you're going to have left is 1,000. Now, why is that important to know? Because I meet a lot of business owners that they don't calculate these kind of things. So they might say, yeah, my business for the, listen, I'm serious, guys. They say, hey, my business is doing 10,000 guilders a month. Right? Times 12. So my business is doing 120,000 guilders a year. And it's okay. But if you're making 1,000 a month, right? Profit times 12, you're only making 12,000. But the 12,000 goes to pay the electricity because it's 1,000 a month. So you leave it what? Zero profit. Zero profit. And guys, believe me, I've come across so many businesses on Curacao All right? And businesses outside of Curacao too that I've consulted with, that the owners are going to the bank, they're borrowing money, or they're borrowing money off the street, they're borrowing money from their family, they're punching it in the business, thinking that if they put more money in the business, it's going to make the business do better. But guys, listen good. Putting more money in a business without calculating the profit margin, all you're doing is digging yourself in a deeper hole. I'm serious. I see people do it all the time. So this information is basically for you as a business owner to go back and reanalyze your business. Seriously, go back and reanalyze your business. A few days ago, I was talking to a young lady. I felt very, very sorry for this young lady, honestly. You know, she's been doing the business for about 1.5 years. And she told me, Rodney, I'm doing about 10 grand a month. I said, okay. I said, so when you finish, how much money are you making? She told me she's not really making any money. You know, by the time she paid all her expenses from the 10 grand, she has nothing. What happened is that she created all these expenses, all these business expenses, that by the time she calculate and deduct the business expenses, she realized that she don't really have any money. As a matter of fact, the business is in debt. And it's all, and the funny thing about it is that she has all these people around her. And these things you got to be very careful with, guys. Sometimes we have a lot of people around us giving us advice. But if I have a lot of people around me giving me advice and I still ain't making no money, what does that tell you about the people around you? Okay? And I'm not saying you should hate them, but what is that telling you about the advice of the people around you? If you have all these people around you giving you advice about what you should do with your business, but then at the end of the month, you don't have no profit, it means you are getting inadequate information. It means the information is not helping you. If you watch a baseball game, we just had a whole celebration here in Curacao about the Little League baseball game. Guys, how do you know if a baseball team win or lose? You don't check the score. Huh? You check the score. You look at how much points, you can say, who got the highest amount of points, who got the most runs or whatever you call it, right? Just how you know who have the most points. You check the numbers. Who has the highest numbers? Correct? You check the numbers. In business, you have to check the numbers. The numbers tell you if you're winning or you're losing. If I am making more than I am spending, then I'm okay. Again, but you have to make sure that what you're getting is enough for your personal life. Because I have some people too, they're getting a profit, but when they take away the profit, it is not enough to pay their light at the house, to pay their car loan, to pay the light, the water, to pay the internet, okay, to put food in the house, to pay for the children's school, all that stuff, guys. That is another expense, personal. So it's not only just the business. That's why some people think that, oh, but I have a, we call brick and mortar business. Oh, I have a business. I have a big building. I've met many guys like that. Man, I have a big building. Okay, I have vehicles. I have all this stuff. But that doesn't mean you're making a profit. It might look good to other people. But at the end of the day, guys, what is important is what, after paying all those things, what do you get to keep for yourself? That is the bottom line. That's how you keep score. You keep score by what do I have to keep for myself. You know, I was telling this to a fella the other day. I tell him, listen, bro. On paper and on sales, you might have more. But when you look at quality of life, you have to look at, okay, but how much do you get for you and your family? Because you might meet someone that don't have all those buildings. Maybe the guy have a laptop business, but his expenses is low and his income is high. And when he deduct his expenses from his money, he stays with more money in his hand than sometimes the person with a big building. So it's not, guys, that's why you have to be very careful what you're looking at, and you have to learn to look at your own business. I've learned it over the years, guys. The most important thing you can do is mind your own business. Because sometimes you look over there, that person says, hey, but the grass over there look more green, or this person's situation look more green. But at the end of the day, it's about you looking at your numbers. That's the bottom line, guys. You have to prove to yourself that what you're doing is working for you. That's what I'm talking about, being competent. And that competence gives you confidence because you're not faking it. You know that what I get is enough to pay my bills, to do my things for me and my family to live good. That means that you don't have to impress nobody. But if you're trying to do your business just to impress, but when you check your numbers, it don't make sense, then in reality, you're fooling yourself. And it's only a matter of time before you start becoming more doubtful because you realize that, hey, this thing ain't really working. This thing ain't really working. That's why, guys, you have to be sure. So let me repeat the basics. You need to look at who, which is your market. You need to look at what you're going to offer, which is what kind of service or product via an advertisement or phone or whatever you're going to use. What are you going to offer to this market to solve their problem? What media you're going to use to reach these people. Then you're going to have sales. Do you have people that are competent, that are able to talk to the people properly about your products and your services, talk about the benefits and the advantages that the person can buy the product? Can do the person speak in a professional way? Are the people speaking in a nice, friendly way? Or are they chasing customers away? Are you measuring that? These are basic fundamentals, right? Once you're making sales, you need to look at, okay, let me take away my expenses. Do you know how much your expenses are? Find out. Take away your expenses from your total sales. You're going to see if you have a profit. Simple as that. If you don't have a profit, then you have to go back at, okay, look at your costs. What does it cost me to get this product? And how much am I making on that? What are the operating expenses of the business? Guys, if you don't, this is just fundamental. Business have many more things. Many more things I can talk about, but I don't want to talk about all those things. I just want to mention these basics. I mentioned 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things. Market, offer via an ad, media, sales, expenses, and profit. If you hear what I say here and it got you like worrying what I'm talking about, guys, get back to the basics. Get back to the basics. Okay? Why am I saying this, guys? I consult for years with a lot of business owners. I'm in Curacao now, what? 23 years. And I can tell you guys, I lived in 13 different countries. So it's not just Curacao. Everywhere, there are business owners that are failing. There are those that are succeeding, but there are those that are failing. And the reason why they fail is because sometimes we're so busy trying to copy what everybody else is doing instead of minding our own business. It doesn't matter where you open your business, you still have to do the fundamentals. Of course, the economy might be different. You can make more money if you have a bigger economy, better economy. That's the truth. But you still have to know the fundamentals. Because here's the truth. In every country, there's business failing. In America, businesses fail. Because of the fundamentals. Okay? It's the fundamentals that matter. You have to know the fundamentals. Okay? And that's what this video is about today, guys. Looking back at the fundamentals. And if you're going to put people to work in your business, for you to sleep good in the night, you need to make sure that they understand the fundamentals. Because if they don't understand the fundamentals too, eventually what you build, you're going to lose it. Because the people are not paying attention to the fundamentals. Now, when you go into bigger companies, corporate companies, banks, offshore companies, stuff like that, they have a lot of fancy names, guys. Like standard SOP, standard operation procedures, right? That's what they call it. It's a fancy word to just tell you the fundamentals. Other persons will tell you KPIs, key performance indicators. It's just fancy words. Key performance indicators are what are the key actions. What are the main actions that you're supposed to take on a daily basis to make your business profitable? Here, I just mentioned about 6 of them. The market, the offer, the media, the sales, deduct the expenses, look at the profit. Check those things consistently. Very important, guys. If you're going to start a business or if you have a business. I've seen big businesses. I remember a few years ago, I was consulting a security company. The guy was doing 100,000 guilders in revenue, in sales. 100,000 a month. After expenses, he had no salary. No salary, no money for himself. And he couldn't understand why. The reason was he took a deal with the government and he miscalculated the overtime of the security guards. He has security guys, but he miscalculated the overtime. So if you got 60 something people working in security and you miscalculate the overtime and you give the government, for example, a contract at a cheaper price because you wanted to get the lowest, you wanted to give the lowest price to get the deal. But then you didn't calculate all your workers' expense, all your call center expense, all your technological expenses, plus your taxes. Guess what? By the time you just finish, you already have 10 contracts. And guess what? No profit. Had to put himself in a hole, had to try to reconstruct the whole business. So, guys, what I'm saying here is real life stuff. Again, I'm not saying this stuff to impress people. I'm saying this thing just to give back and share so that any person that might be starting out, guys, or anyone that might be going through some difficulties, you can really, really look at this kind of stuff and say, you know what, let me get back at my business and see where I can improve. So I hope you got some value from the video. If you do, share the video with other people. I hope that other people can benefit from it. But remember, guys, learn and effectively apply the fundamentals of business if you want your business to be profitable. This was Rodney Bourne here. Take care. Bye-bye.